Right.
So, the greatest people that we think about who have changed the views of people, even on established laws, and I always think of, for example, Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther King, who saw that, for example, exclusion based on the color of your skin, even though it was legislated and in the laws of the nations at that time, they said no, this was wrong, and they marched, and of course, look what happened. So I think that we never give up about our size. We just believe that we have to get more and more information out there, and again, more and more opportunities for, as our Sunshine Gang, as you just saw a moment ago, are going to do at the conference, and that is to show, hey, they have got abilities and they have gifts to bring, like they entertain at senior citizen homes. They bring joy to these seniors who see them as just a delight. And I think that's the way that I think that we need to kind of like change the views and to be able to maybe change the trend of well, gee, you know, what use are they and what purpose do they serve and can they do anything?
So you mentioned the conference, which is upcoming this weekend. Can you just provide the listeners with a few details about that?
Certainly. The Canadian National Down Syndrome Society Conference is taking place in Toronto at the Delta Chelsea Inn Friday, Saturday, and Sunday upcoming, which is the Victoria Day weekend. It is a special conference in that it is celebrating the CDS's 25th year, so that's very, very important benchmark. And on Friday night, we, as the organization here in Toronto, the local organization, have been accorded the honor of providing the welcoming event, which on Friday is simply a family-centered, child-centered welcome to Toronto. So it is all about families and kids, with all sorts of activities for the kids, also with a talent show which shows and demonstrates the talents of our different kids doing different kinds of things. And there's popcorn and so on and so forth. So it's a real kind of a family kind of festival atmosphere, because we wanted to welcome the families from across Canada in a very positive way. And it also provides a great opportunity for parents to just relax, and their kids are kids, and for them to be able to network with each other. And then Saturday and Sunday, there are a variety of seminars across the spectrum, from, again, healthcare, as well as management, as well as education, as well as looking at how groups can kind of advocate or get funding and those kinds of governance rules. So there's a variety of opportunities there to learn. There's also, of course, a pre-conference, which is totally providing some medical speakers. So it's just basically for maybe medical or health professionals, and parents are welcome to go too. So that's a pre-conference on Thursday. And then there will be, of course, our closing banquet on Friday night, where there are some awards, Sunday night, which there are some awards going to be provided by the CDSS in recognition of different areas of contributions. But it's also going to have a very active involvement from our volunteers who are persons with Down syndrome. I always think, and we all believe, that nothing about us without us. So I don't want, and I'm very sure that we are there to support, but I think, for example, our girls were able to go and introduce the speaker and thank the speaker. They can do things and just have some support there so that they get to the right place, but they are well able and very competent in delivering certain aspects themselves. And I think it's very important for us as the parents and maybe as the organizer and the supporters to be in the back of the stage. We're on the stage with them, but we're in the background, and to let them shine, because they can certainly handle it.
For sure. So for people who are interested in being advocates for those with special needs, what would you say is the best way to get involved?
I think that, first of all, they've got the passion, obviously, and they want to do something. So that's the driving force. I said what they need then is to find out a direction, for example. So if they're not sure, or they haven't figured out, or they have some sort of idea, certainly a call to our office here, and we could kind of discuss it, and then we could see what they're interested in and provide them with some guidance. For example, just to let you know, we had a parent, we had a young lady who was one of our volunteers, one of our members, who has a sister with Down syndrome, and who said about a month ago, I want to do something. I want to, Anyway, she organized, as part of our monthly Dance Rock, a dance-a-thon, and again, wanted to raise money to support our welcome night as part of the CDSS Society Conference, and it was very successful. So there was a person who was driven by a purpose and worked with us. We came up with an idea that met her needs, met our needs, and the end result was a win-win situation for our community, and I think that's what we both wanted. So, there's no idea that's too big, too small. Some people might do a car wash.
Yeah.
They raise money because they want to get exposure. They might want to go into their place of worship and be involved in that way. They may want to go to their school. I think it's very important that the parents who have kids in schools realize that there is the Parent Advisory Council. Well, if there's nobody there to speak up for persons with disabilities, if they're all parents who have able-bodied kids, I think that's a piece of the puzzle that's missing, and I think they need to maybe see about how can they serve in that regard, just to make sure that their voice is there as part of the team. And then keeping track of obviously the websites, our website and our Facebook, to know what's going on. There are sometimes particular legislative decisions or policies that we need to stand up for, and certainly we monitor that. And then also, of course, nationally, we are related to CDSS and have membership with them, so they kind of remind us when there is something of a national issue that we need to address.
So that the website is DSAT.
www.dsat.ca.
Okay.
And it's filled with all sorts of resources. It's got regular video clips. We're on Facebook. Again, it's got the Facebook page. So it certainly keeps people up to date. And right now, with people being very busy, I think that certainly the electronic or the social media is one of the options for them. And then our newsletter also goes out 4 times a year. But when there's a question or when there's a concern or when there's something that needs to be answered, the best thing is to either email or contact the office, and then we go forward from there, because we always need volunteers, and all ideas are something that we welcome.
Wonderful. So it seems we've run out of time, but thank you so much, Dr. Molloy, for being with us today on Health Justice Radio. We really appreciate your time.
Well, my pleasure, and I hope that it provides some caveats of knowledge, and also lets everybody know maybe that Down syndrome is alive and well, and when next time you meet a person with Down syndrome, just believe that you are meeting class.
Thank you so much.